That is how business used to happen before and how business happens now. So what exactly these things are? We classify them in stages. So each and every stage actually have seen something called maturity and something called updating itself. Now barter economy means what? Person with the person. So when you go with it, what happens here is what I have and what I don't have. So that kind of exchanges. So it helps to make the availability of goods and service in the most part of a country. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm Abhilash Chandra from the Department of Commerce and Management in Vidyashram Pure College, the Temple of Excellence. Welcome to all the students for the first session of the bridge course here. Now in the last one I gave you the introduction, and here let's start with the evolution of business, how business started to evolve. Now when we go with the business, we are supposed to also go with the civilization, but before that also business was there, is what we can actually see from the evolution of business. That means the nomadic life. Exactly true. Even in the nomadic life, we had something called business, but there they did not know the term called business. They had something called a barter system, which is also like exchanging of goods, what I have and what I don't have. So these are the things which was like evolving the business here. So we can say the modern 21st century till now we have the business. So what exactly is unique? So each and everywhere we actually can see that there is a transition, there is actually a transfer of technology. That is how business used to happen before and how business happens now. So what exactly these things are? We classify them in stages. Evolution of business. Now what exactly you mean by evolution of business? So evolution in the sense, now whenever we go with the stages of human, the stages of business also carry forward. Now here we can actually see the development in the stages. There is always the sectors where we have the private sector, the public sectors. Now you can actually see the public sector, the private sector, that there is a continuous development and expansion in both the stages or both the sectors here. Sectors. Now the business evolution went through many progressive stage. Now what are the progressive stage? We have a lot of progressive stage. The first one here we have local, then we have regional, then we have national. Later when we went with the LPG, that is liberalization, privatization and globalization, we also went with two more stages, which is the international stage, international, and then the last one is the global. So here we had something called, in each stage of progress it evolved itself and got more mature than its previous state. Now when we go with the local here, after the local we have something called regional. There is some improvement. After regional we have national. Again there's a lot of improvement. So each and every stage actually have seen something called maturity and something called updating itself. It is evident that every step of evolution, it expanded its scale of operation and also widen its modes of communication. Say example, here we had the first stage, that is called local. After that it went to regional. After that it went to the national. So here what you mean by that? That means every state, whichever they went, actually they have expanded its scale of operation. Now after national we also went international. International. And the last one right now which we people are, we call that as global. So these are the states. So here the first one, here we have local business. The second is regional business. third is national business, fourth is international business, and the last one is global business. So these are the business which happen, that is the evolution of business in the entire world. So first one, local business. Now what exactly local business is? Local business is the starting stage of the evolution of business. So business had its origin since the early age of human civilization. That means what? Where human civilization was there, their business started. So it can be a barter system, it can be a local business, anything, that is what it is. Now, in local business, what used to happen is people used to collect and store whatever surplus they had and used to seek out something they did not have. So nomadic life. What exactly happens? I have more. So what I'll do is I'll just keep it. What I don't have, I'll again search. And if somebody have something which I really wanted, I'll give them something what they want. So it's like exchange of goods. This situation was present in various areas around the world, which later gave birth to the form of business in local areas. That is where the business started. Now, when we go with local business, there are three stages. The first one is the barter economy stage. Which one? The barter economy stage, where barter is something, exchange of goods in return of something. Village economy stage. So the village and the village used to actually go with it. And we had something called the town economy stage. Now, barter economy means what? Person with the person. So when you go with it, what happens here is what I have and what I don't have. So that kind of exchanges. Village in the sense, there are two villages which used to have the business among themselves. Then town economy in the sense, in the town itself, they used to have this businesses. That is the town economic stage. Next one is regional business. Now in the regional, what used to happen is the same kind of a thing. That is, regional business is the second stage of evolution of business. In this context, what used to happen here is the region is a huge landmass or an area that comprise of numerous town economies. So here regional, what used to happen is there are a lot of towns where they used to have the business. That is what we call as regional business. Now when a business alliance of a town economy from any specific region feels the need to extend the scope, that means any town, whichever used to be there, they used to have the business among the other towns, and that is how the regional business started to grow. Next is national business. That means within the country, whatever the business we used to have, those things are called the national business, where you have a lot of regions and they are going with the business of buying and selling of goods and services for the main motive to earn profit on a regular basis. That is what the national in the sense. Now this is the third stage, where you have state versus states. State versus the regional, regional versus state, where they used to have the business among themselves within the territory of a nation. So here in the national business itself, what used to happen, say example, when I need to tell you this, the business at the national level that has first started in England during the era of industrial revolution. So who started it first? That is the England. That is, they used to have business within themselves. Now the size of it's always large when compared with the business done at a regional level. So national level is what? Little more. That is the reason I have told you here, the scale of business always changes from stage to stage. The operation of business also change because of the size of the business here. So it helps to make the availability of goods and service in the most part of a country. After national, that is, we have international. Now international is what? That is, the international business is the fourth stage of the evolution. We have the fourth stage, that is international business. No nation is 100% self-sufficient with its all available resources. So what happens is, when we don't have the things, we always want people who have it, we need to buy it from them. So what happens is, we go internationally. That means there are countries to countries which are evolved here. So a nation may have an abundance of some resources, but may also experience scarcity of other resources. That is the reason we go international business. To overcome this scarcity, nations often trade among themselves. See example here. a very latest example which I want you people to know is we have this country called Afghanistan. Now, from Afghanistan, the people who are actually ruling Afghanistan, that is the Talibanis, now they have asked some of the goods from India because they have those goods in the scarcity. So what it is called international business. Now here we have the last one, that is called global business. Now global business means where the entire world becomes a single market, that we call it as a global business. Now global business is now the 21st century thing which every country is actually opting for. Now what happens here, this is the current evolution of business. The global market is one big world level market. Here the entire globe or the world is considered as one huge market of opportunity. So here anybody can do business with anybody, but you are supposed to go for the rules and regulation by which is formed by the government. The government says you can't trade with those selected countries or those countries where the government have boycotted. We are not supposed to do it, or else what is it, it's all free, that you can actually buy from any country and even you can sell your products to any country. That is what we call it as global business. So here in global business, what happens is there is no boundaries, there is no borders. It has no borders and it is almost restrictions free. All companies can sell their goods and services in this kind of one open global market. So you have the entire world where this is one market, a single market. So anybody can buy from any country, anybody can sell from any country. So the next session I'm gonna teach you about the business activity. Let's understand what is business activity and what happens in business and its process. So until then, thank you so much. I'll see you when I see you.